glasses. That means I'm younger. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like to greet you, the best greeting that's out there. I want to thank all of you who have organized this beautiful event. It's truly a partnership that I really greatly appreciate. My heart is full of gratitude as I talk to you tonight about what the Turkish has done for Somalia. August 19, 2011, with my own eyes and presence, the Prime Minister of Turkey, along with his family, wife, daughters, and son, and important members of his government, had the courage and the compassion to come to Somalia to see for themselves the terrible starvation, massive internally displaced, famine-stricken Somalis. Most of them were sadly women and children. By doing this, the Prime Minister, His Excellency, awakened the world to the dire humanitarian crisis situation in Somalia. Their brotherly visit caught the world by surprise. It's this support that went beyond personal gratitude or material gain that made us love your country and your country people so much. By visiting a land that so many in the world has forgotten for decades, some dubbed us senseless, violent people who were just killing each other. Turkey's Prime Minister and his people provided a glimmer of hope to the most vulnerable Somalis, among them the poor, the children, the youth, the elderly, and the women, who lived through 20 years of abject poverty, civil war, internal displacement, political inequity, unequal access to economic resources, which culminated to massive unemployment youth that now we call pirates, terrorists, failed migration, and miserable youths. In fact, I call them unemployed youth as a weapons of mass destruction. At the same time, and possibly just as important, you have inspired other nations and created a renewed interest for Somalia and Somalia. But also at the same time, and possibly as important, you have inspired Somalis living outside Somalia to offer their abilities and expertise in helping rebuild their country. Your visit to Somalia is the most unifying action that occurred in Somalia for 2 decades. And unifying effort is the most scarce resource in Somalia now. We need Turkey to be partnered with us because we're so polarized, we're so divided, and we're so destroyed. All in all, we truly appreciate the overarching and compassionate leadership the Prime Minister of Turkey and its people showed. The risk the Prime Minister and his family and his countrymen took in coming to the most dangerous country in the world was well worth it, as it saved millions of lives. Today we are giving you a tiny bit of the delight in the fruits of your unsurpassed compassion, leadership, and caring for Somali people who suffer so much. Your proposed solution and partnership to rebuild Somalia from the ashes are badly needed and welcome. The countless volunteers of Turkish workers, doctors are truly appreciated. Indeed, Turkish people are friends in need and friends indeed. Okay, now it's my turn. Sometimes when you are given the opportunity to have the microphone, I wrote my wish list. So my Turkish ambassador and his wife and the dignitaries who are here. I cannot name them all since I'm not good at names. Tonight. This is since we're partnering, and in fact, what I like about this whole partnership is the fact that we are equals. Somalia has been treated like they were the subservient. Most countries who helped us before, we were the subordinates, they were the superiors. I like the fact that we are equals and we matter. So my first wish list is that please help solve the abject poverty. As an economist, I think the most critical issue in Somalia is the lack of equal access to commonly owned resources, national revenues, and development aid. My wish is that your help reaches the most needy and the intended recipients. Please help Somali institutions. I hope whatever contribution you give, be economical, social, or political, it will be transparent, accountable, and fair to all, so that your help does not ignite or spark clan hatred, divided community, and corrupted bureaucrats. Thank you. Finally, whatever economic resources you provide should be used to resolve 2 decades of conflict, polarization, and corruption, not used as a mechanism to starve the mass and enrich the few. So help us do that, please. Thank you.
Dr. Hodan said, the only unifying action in Somalia in 20 years was the Prime Minister's visit. So, and if you look around, the level and the numbers of Somali people here gives you an indication. We're never on time, and we came on time tonight. So it gives you an appreciation for the value with which we place his visit. So we're going to have a quick video done by one of our young people. He's actually at school, university, and he wanted to do the poem. He couldn't be here, so it'll be a quick short, and then we'll continue on. Good.
When hunger eats the stomach, when pain gives life to the soul, when chaos fuels the mind, what are you? When bureaucracy eats your dinner, when colonizers devour your freedom, when no one is looking, where do you turn? Hope. Hope has but one direction, up, to the skies, to the heavens, to the soaring bird, to the unknown, to the crescent moon, to the fluorescent 5-pointed star, fading away in the red sky, for red, and the symbol of love, a love for humanity, and a love for the Somali people. My friends, that love is reciprocal. Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you, my Turkish comrades. Thank you, Turkey.
A dear friend of mine, and everyone knows him. He's a famous man in the Somali diaspora in the U.S., Mr. Abukar Arman. He's a Somali envoy to the U.S. Also, possibly one of the best speakers I've ever heard. So,
Bismillah. All praises be to God, Allah who brought us together. I want to say first, recognize the Ambassador Namit Khan, Madam Khan, Dr. Hodan, and all the other organizations who participated in this effort, who have dignified us, who came in this special evening to be part of this family gathering. And that's what it is, family gathering. One of the things that really caught my attention before I say my few words, and I'll make it very short, I promise you, because the ambassador had a long day. He had an event earlier. He had his speech. in another forum. So we'll make it easy for him, inshallah, and we'll make it short and succinct. But I wanted just to say something, or at least reiterate something that was said by the Counselor General, the Turkish Counselor General, a few weeks ago. And what he said is, fate brought us together. Fate, and indeed fate, had brought us together. This is two countries who were really, as was mentioned earlier, had relationships for many years, but had grew apart, and now fate brought them together. Every country, just like every human being, has a defining moment that really defines the character of that person or that nation. And certainly Turkey had many years where history would attest to its character. But from the Somali perspective, the defining moment of this country came at this special moment. At that courageous moment when the Prime Minister and his delegation visited Mogadishu, countering every perception that was out there, that you cannot visit there, that things has to be remaining the same way as it is. But everything was reversed with that visit. And for that, as people, from government to government, people to people, we're grateful. We're very grateful. But this is not an end of a relationship. This is the beginning, rediscovery of relationship. I think Dr. Organis already said here, and I'll reiterate what she said. This ought to be leading to different, more broader relationship. And Somalia to be seen not only for a country that needs humanitarian assistance, but a country that's an emerging economy with a potential for economic relationship between the two countries. And I should say thank you one last time on behalf of the Somali government and the Somali people. Thank you very much. Please convey our gratitude to Ankara, that we are forever indebted to the Republic of Turkey. And with that, I want to just say a few words about Ambassador Namit Khan before I welcome him to the microphone, inshallah. And Ambassador Namit Khan was born in 1956. He has two children. I have to say that it's written already, it's in the public domain. It's in the public domain, and he's a good soccer player, as we have heard. With two children, he's a trained lawyer, and he has an extensive diplomatic record that we would not be able to go through the whole thing, but I will just touch a couple of points. In 1982 is when he joined the Foreign Ministry of Turkey, and he has been for the last 10 years, thank you, for the last 10 years has been holding various positions to the United States. He was 3 years in Israel. He was nominated here in February 2010. With that, I welcome Ambassador Khan.